Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Dominic Peterson, aka Duck Zone 503, talking all things Oregon football here. And I got a quick message for you, man. I know you guys see me rocking the turnover chain all the time to the games. I've had it in my broadcast, and everybody always asks me, man. It's one of my famous piece of gear that I always take to the game. Everybody asks me, where do you get that? Where do you get that? Because the Duck store, they got a lot of cool stuff, but they don't got stuff like my boys at Collegiate Art Design. CollegiateArtDesign.com, man. They got the turnover chains. They just hooked me up with this awesome metal decor, man. So if you want stuff like this to hang up on your wall, you want to take some turnover chains, they got a whole bunch more stuff too. They got metal decor, LED signs, refrigerator magnets, O-chains, Portland, Oregon signs. And if you're not even a fan of the Oregon Ducks and you're a visiting team, visiting my channel for the first time, seeing this ad, man, thinking that's pretty cool, well, don't worry. They got you covered. They got customizable chains for your favorite team. So go ahead and hit that up. Use discount code DuckZone503 for 10% off. Again, DuckZone503 for 10% off your order. Metal art, decor, O signs, LED signs, whatever you guys like, man. Go ahead to CollegiateArtDesign.com. Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Dominic Peterson, aka Duck Zone 503, talking all things Oregon football. If you're not following, if you're not liked or subscribed yet, go ahead and smash those buttons right now to join the Duck Zone family, one of the fastest growing Oregon pages on YouTube. Also, if you're not following my Instagram or Twitter, that's where I put out the quickest updates. I give you all things recruiting, breaking news, the latest intel on the team, all stuff like that. I got recruiting interviews on the channel, man. If you enjoy stuff like that, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, helps in the algorithm, and hit that share button, man. Gets us out there. As always, go Ducks. Let's get into this video, man. Washington State, Oregon recap. Man, oh man, that was one of the best comeback wins I've ever seen as an Oregon fan. Oregon wins in comeback fashion against Washington State in Pullman, 44-41. Got the job done. Trailed basically the whole game until the last about 3.5 minutes or so, last minute or so. I mean, that was just an amazing game. I was out of my seat for that one. A wave of emotions in that game. Oh, wow, man. It was amazing. The Cougs always give us a game, and it was a classic game that Duck fans will remember forever. And Cougs, you couged it. There's the definition right there for you if you don't know what couged it means. Washington State made that famous where they kind of, they always have the lead in these big games, and then somehow, some way, they end up losing it. And trust me, Oregon's been there a lot with Stanford. They do that a lot with our upcoming opponent who we're going to face. But, oh, man, what a game. 44-41. Oregon gets it done out there in Pullman. And as you say, man, the great teams find a way to win, right? The great teams find a way to win, and Oregon's looking great, man. I mean, after a disappointing Week 1 performance against Georgia, ever since then, Oregon has looked great. Bo Nix has looked almost perfect, making throws that I didn't think he was capable of, and he is definitely on track to break career numbers. I mean, he just had his career high today in passing, and we'll get into his numbers in a bit. But, man, oh, man, let's talk about this game. Let's break it down. So, as predicted in my prediction video, I always do a prediction video for the upcoming games on Thursdays, and I also give my score prediction. The Cougs, as I predicted, man, gave Oregon a lot of problems up front with their speed. I mean, man, Oregon, a lot had to do with play calling and stuff like that, running east to west instead of north to south. But, man, these Cougs got to the ball quick, and Oregon had some problems in the red zone. I mean, Oregon really moved the ball well, as they've done all season, really, up and down the field. But when they get in that red zone, man, things tighten up. When you face fast teams, it's hard to get in there. And then, Oregon gets down early. Oregon was kind of driving. They were down 10-6, get kind of near the end zone. And it looks like they're about to score right before halftime, maybe be up 12-10 heading into the half. And man, Bo Nix, man, they try to run the same play twice. Linebacker just makes a great play, breaks on the ball. That speed that I was talking about, gets the pick, runs at 99 yards, man. That was a heartbreaker. All the momentum left at that point. Washington State led 17-9 at the half over Oregon. Coming out of the second half, Oregon gets the ball. It's always great when you get the ball back coming out of the half when you're down. Hopefully, make some adjustments, and Oregon did just that. They come out of the half scoring, go up. Washington State's only up 17-15 at this point after Oregon scores coming out of the half. Washington State scores a late touchdown, though, in the fourth quarter, heading into the fourth here to go up 34-22. And then at that point, Oregon basically trailed the whole game. They get a touchdown to Cam McCormick, and then they get a 3-and-out from Washington State. Justin Flo had a lot to do with that. And, I mean, if Washington State just, got a couple first downs, game would have been over. Oregon gets a quick 3-and-out, gets the ball back, and with 1:21 left, man, Bo Nix finds Troy Franklin for 55 yards. And let me tell you, when I was hyped, let's play it.
Let's fucking go, bro. Troy's the truth. The truth. Excuse my French, but Troy is the truth, bro. Oh my God.
Man, that is what I'm talking about, man. And then right after that, Mace Funa pick 6 on Cam Ward to make it 44-34 with a minute left. This sealed the game. Athletic play by Mace Funa. Another live reaction clip. Roll it.
God. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God. Woo! Woo! Yes! Oh my God! Bro, this is the best Oregon finish I've ever seen in my life, bro. Go Ducks, baby. Don't ever doubt the Ducks. 3-minute comeback. Tell them, Grandma. Tell them, Grandma. Yes, sir. To the house. Woo! Oh.
Man. Oh, man, go Ducks, baby. One of the best games I've seen in a while, man. This was an awesome comeback fashion, getting passes down the field. And, man, Bo looked good, looked real good. Got the 2-point conversion, all that after the Troy Franklin touchdown. So it made it 37-44. Pick 6 on Cam Ward with the extra point. Puts it up 44-34. The minute left, and that was just crazy amount of plays in the last 3 or 4 minutes of that game. Shout out the adjustments by the coaches, man. I really got to shout out that, because on defense, you see how Mace Funa got that. He was dropping back in coverage. They knew that screen pass was coming. The coaches seen that from up top. They told their edges to drop back into coverage. And shout out to Mace Funa as well, making that great athletic play to end that game, man. Washington State scored in the last 5 seconds of the game to make it 44-41 to cut it. I mean, certain people care about that when you're a betting man. I didn't bet on the game, so it didn't really affect me. Either way, Oregon gets the win. Oh, man. What a wave of emotions, man. Oregon didn't look good. To begin this game, they were just getting field goals. They were moving the ball. They just, man, when they got in the red zone, too much east and west running instead of north and south. And that, when you try to run east and west against a fast team, I mean, they're going to meet you on that edge. And, man, towards the end of the game, Oregon woke up, and it was a dedicated effort. A lot of things had to go their way, and they did just that. I mean, Washington State at one point had a 98% chance to win this game. And Oregon came back and won. I mean, that just reminds me of when we went against Stanford that one year and we fumbled, and it was just, oh man, what a game. All right, let's do a stat recap, man. So Bo Nix, like I said, just threw for his career high in yards for a total of 428 yards. His previous career high was 377 yards. Once again, this Oregon offensive line did not allow a sack in the game. Man, give it up for the O-line. That is really, really impressive. They're one of the only teams in college football to not allow a sack. I mean, I think they're actually the only team to not allow a sack, if I'm correct, but don't quote me on that. The Oregon offense also put up 624 yards of offense. I mean, compared to last year to this year, it is night and day the way this offense can move the ball. I mean, they really get nice intermediate throws coming out of the gate, and then they mix it in with a couple deep shots here and there. And I really like that. I really like getting Bo Nix in a groove early with a couple nice easy throws, nice intermediate throws, get him some completions, get him to read the defense for a little bit longer. And then when he gets a hint of what the defense is doing and he sees a shot, he'll take it at the right time. I love it. I love the offensive game plan that Oregon's bringing in. Man, 28 first downs for Oregon this game. Oregon has been top 3 in college football in first downs. They're averaging 28 first downs a game. That's one of the best in college football, so they are really, really moving it. Like I said, what showed me they can really move the ball is against Georgia, one of the best defenses in the country. They had 21 first downs against them. So, man, they can move the ball. Georgia only allowed 9 first downs on 2021 with their defense. And the way Oregon really moved the ball, yes, they had 3 points. They didn't punch it in. They had bad turnovers that game. But, man, they can move the ball for sure. And they're explosive. You've seen it at the last 3 minutes when they needed the points, man. They put it together. Washington State, on the other hand, man, they kind of passed all over us. They were a lot more effective on offense than I thought they would be. But the Ducks were able to once again stop that run, which made them, was really key. And they got key interceptions when they needed it as well. Ward went 37 for 48, 375 yards. He had 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He averaged about 7.8 yards per pass, which isn't good. Washington State running, they really tried to run the ball, okay? They come with a balanced attack. They had 25 attempts, and Oregon only allowed 53 rushing yards. Only 2 yards per carry. I mean, Oregon has been really impressive defending the run ever since that week 1 game. Washington State moved the ball, really better than I thought they were capable of. They have some really, really athletic guys, really good athletes on that team that are better than they were probably rated coming out of wherever they came from. It's also important to note here, though, something that I did not predict here. Bo Nix out-dueled Cam Ward on the field? I mean, look at the stats. Look at the stats. Ward, 375 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, average of 7.8 yards. But look at Nix. And every stat category is better statistically. 428 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, almost a first down on every pass he threw. I mean, if you would have told me that Nix was going to outperform Cam Ward before this game, I would have called you crazy, because just the way, not only do I think Cam Ward was a better player before this game, but I thought Washington State's offense complemented Ward to put up numbers better than Nix in the first place. So the way Nix went out and did his thing, man, gotta give it up, man. And Bo has proven the haters wrong, and he is on track for career numbers. I mean, and he's gonna blow them out of the water this year. He in 2019, I think his career high in touchdowns was 16 touchdowns thrown. He already has 13 on the year. So yeah, he's gonna do his thing. He looks really good against competition. Really good against working with the offensive coordinator Kenny Dillingham. It's his 2nd year with him. Yes, it's different schools. He was at Auburn with them, but man, Nix is looking really good this year. Hopefully we can keep that up or enter in a period in our schedule where we kind of got lower competition. So Nix should really turn up the heat here. Maybe get Ty Thompson in, get him some numbers in a couple of these games, and let's keep it rolling. All right, let's recap my 3 keys to the game. I always like to recap my 3 keys and throw my 3 keys to the game out there before the game on what I think Oregon needs to do to win the game. So number 1, I had rush for 200 yards. This came up just short for Oregon. They only had 178 rushing yards. They're about 22 yards away from reaching that goal. But this was really just offset from a great day from Bo Nix. I mean, 428 yards passing and 3 touchdowns. I don't think you really need a run game to dominate when you got a quarterback pass for over 400 yards and 3 touchdowns. I think a lot of the passing, was, due to being down in the ball game as well. When you're down in the ball game, and you run the ball, it runs clock. So you kind of need to pass the game. So Bo Nix really stepped up when plays were needed, and he just looked like a senior who's been out there before, man. Who's cool, calm, and collected, man. Really frantic environment out there in Washington State. It can get loud, and he made the plays when it was time to make the plays, man. Threw an interception earlier in the game for a 99-yard touchdown. Could have easily been down on himself. he just came right back out and dominates. All right, number 2, forced 2+ turnovers, and the 2 turnovers indeed we did get 2 interceptions. So this was really big, actually. Both these interceptions were huge during the comeback. Triquez Bridges had the first one, which is a crazy interception in traffic. Although right after that, the offense went 3 and out and didn't really help them out. I mean, that was great play to kind of stall the momentum there for Washington State. You know, and then the second one, we all know, I just talked about it, Mace Funa with the dagger interception to end the game, put Oregon up 10 with a minute left. I mean, these were big turnovers we needed, and that number 2 was a big key. Circle that one right there. All right, number 3, stop Washington State on 3rd down. I would say Oregon somewhat passed this. I mean, 5 of 12 on 3rd down isn't great, but it also isn't bad. I mean, that's pretty good. So Oregon, I would say you somewhat passed that. Cam Ward was also able to use his legs to escape, to get the first down a couple times. The pass rush was really there for Oregon, probably the best pass rush Oregon's had. But when you're facing a really mobile quarterback, I mean, Cam Ward's probably one of the more mobile quarterbacks we'll face this year. Yeah, he was really escaping, dipping, and dodging, man. Let me tell you. It was really frustrating for me to watch, and I'm sure it's just as frustrating or even more frustrating for the guys on the field. But for the most part, man, Oregon did really good. Like I said, they really got a good rush towards Cam Ward, and they were able to, you know, get Washington State off 3rd down for the most part. So, man, great game. Here's my final thoughts on the game. Overall, I always like to write down some final thoughts after the game, what I thought, and man, did Oregon dodge a bullet there. Washington State always plays us tough, but man, Oregon showed me that they got some real grit with this comeback, man. They didn't give up. They all came together for a team win, and man, this was just a great team win all around, from defense, special teams to offense, man. They all came together. Defense, you know, stepped up, got a quick 3 and out when Washington State had the ball, 3.5 minutes left. Offense comes out, makes a play, and takes the lead at the end of the game, you know, and then Mace Funa makes the play of the game with that athletic interception pick 6. I mean, one of the plays that should be played on the big board out there in Autzen, man. It was insane. You know, Washington State is a really good team with a speedy front that caused problems in the red zone for Oregon. And, man, you know, play calling, I know it had some things to do with that. But like I said, execution has some things to do with that as well. I mean, guys weren't blocking, hitting their blocks. They were missing blocks on linemen. And speed has a lot to do that. A lot of east and west running. We need more north and south in the red zone, especially when you're just a more physical, bigger, faster team. You should just run right at them. And that's what Oregon really wasn't doing in the first half and was stalling them from getting touchdowns. You know, I think, Washington State, it's important to note that Washington State didn't sack Bo Nix. I mean, shout out the O-line again. That's amazing to see what the O-line is doing. And we're going to need to keep up this play against some of the elite teams coming up. I mean, when you can do it against teams like BYU and Georgia to hold teams from getting sacks like that, man, it's going to be a great year. And some of these guys on the O-line really start getting looked at from the National Football League. All right, so Oregon plays Stanford next week. The Cardinal, man, going to be a big-time matchup some way, somehow. No matter how bad, no matter how good Stanford is, some way, somehow, they always find a way to beat us. So this is going to be a big game. I don't know if it's going to be this year that they pull another upset because, man, Stanford does not look that good. Oregon's coming off a big, huge emotional win. Students will be 100% back in town in Eugene. The place will be rocking. It's a night game in Autzen. I don't know how Stanford pulls this one off, but man, I will be there. The vlog will be coming out, and the preview and prediction will be coming out Thursday. I'll be there Saturday. If you guys see me in Autzen Stadium, like I said, feel free to say what's up. I always like chatting it up with Duck fans, taking pics, all that, man. So, as always, go Ducks. If you guys like content like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. Share the video. If you're a Duck fan, you're always trying to support. As always, go Ducks.
Lakers doesn't. Ball rolling out. Looking across the field in front. Franklin. He's wide open. Back. They're on the doorstep of the red zone at the 22. And here goes Irving. Bouncing outside. Inside the 10. 24 system here for him. Wide receiver screen again. It's Cota. Chase Cota inside the 25 to the 20. 5th of the season. And he is 5 for 5. Bucky Irving is the setback. Look at him go. It breaks wide open. And he's got it out to the 32-yard line. And by the way, we were right there with him. Like a little flea flicker going back to Bo Nix. A little return to sender, and he gets it inside the 20 to the 18. So
but not broken. Can Oregon break through?
Nix rolling out and looking long.
He got him.
He's got a wide open Chris Hudson. Hello, how do you do? That was Chris Hudson that caught the 55-yarder. Now wide open flush, Bucky Irving, touchdown, Ducks. And just like that, Spencer T, you called it on the opening drive. They break out here in the second half. Jenkins in motion. Ward on the streak, and it's knocked away. Beautiful defensive play. Ward flushed again, lets it fly. No, he's going to keep it, and down he goes. Seemed like no other. There's a deep cross, beautifully done. That's Franklin. That's first down at the 16. Here, no one else has more than one. That's James, and they're going to say touchdown. Jordan James gets it in there.
Well, cover 2 action, old school.
Scribbling got it. Smithson got it. That's 89. Leighton Smithson. They're going to say the ball came loose and Oregon's got it.
It definitely did not hit the ground.
Yeah. The linesman's coming in. Bridges got in there, knocked it away. It is Oregon football. Triquez Bridges strips him.
Oh, you got him right open. Great job.
Bingo.
That's the matchup.
Right to Irving.
Outside. Oh my God, they're going to run it through it. Yep, I got it.
Right over the middle.
Nice,
Wide open
nice.
Touchdown. Cam McCormick do with him on
I
this
would just
series.
move him out of the pocket a little bit. Inside zone is okay, but you know they're going to be playing the run. See, now you're behind the chains because on first, pull across, straight across the board.
Stunt by Washington State over the middle. It's Franklin. Troy Franklin will take it to the house. Touchdown, Ducks. 50 yards. Nix is going to keep it. 2-point conversion is there.
It was that 3-man front.
Oh, that's off. Right out of the air.
Mistake.
And that's 18 with the interception return from a touchdown. Mace Funa. Another edge rusher. Mace Funa out of Modern Day High School.
But you know what? Oregon has just sucked the life
Yeah, they really
right
have.
out of this Wazoo crowd.